It's the time to get down.
All right. Pulling in those transitions, y'all. Yeah, all right, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. I think all systems are go. Welcome, everybody, to the Morning Coffee with Mario show. What a day, what a day. It is Monday, and it is 10 o'clock. Do you know where your parents are? I guess it's one of those times. So welcome, everybody. It's that kind of a week. Out here in Los Angeles, we have to at least be thankful that our weather, even though we may be having a slightly more chilly morning, we've been having some wonderful, wonderful weather out here in Los Angeles. In fact, Alexa, weather.
Currently, in Los Angeles it's 62 degrees with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds, with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 57 degrees.
Okay, well, see, there you know. That's our artificial intelligence, everybody, Alexa, so got to give it up for her. Yeah, so it's good to be back. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff happening around. Of course, for us, the focus has been, well, to some degree on sports. I can't help it. It's that time of year. And I can say that, ladies, soon you'll be getting your men back. At least some of them. Because we have been somewhat preoccupied by sports. It's amazing on the weekends. If you don't watch out, you could do 6-8 hours of basketball right now. And we think that may be too much.
Really?
That may be too much. Unless you are essentially a loner. There's some other stuff you probably should be doing than watching 3 games.
That's just wrong, man.
I mean, how often, but think about it, Vic, how often are you watching at least 2 games, and how often do you watch 3 games?
I watch it as often as possible, but let me give you another analogy. Why do we have to worry about that when soap operas go 5 days a week? All day. Back to back to back to back.
So you're making the comparison?
I'm going, it's easy to isolate the sports when it's convenient. What happens with sports, it affects prime time and weekends. And, relationships can be made or broken based on those conditions. So let me just say this. On the rating scales of you taking your special significant to a faraway island getaway, all paid expense, catered, all carte blanche, or you say, let me watch the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, which is going to take precedent, man?
Well, let's just say it could get worse, because yesterday was Mother's Day, and how much basketball was there on yesterday?
A lot. It was a lot.
So hopefully Mom likes basketball.
Yeah.
Because that may have been part of it.
Yeah. I agree. I'm just saying, it's all relative. See, we have to make up for what's going to happen soon. June is it. After June, all we have, not knocking it, is baseball. And then what we call, they're going to call this trashing the Olympics.
Yeah.
They're going to call this trashing the Olympics because of what everybody's concern is about what's surrounding
the issue with the Olympics. And you're right, Vic, because I'm actually looking forward to the Olympics. We survived China, so the issue is it's going to be in Brazil, and so people are worried if they can pull it off.
Right. Yeah, you smog or air quality versus do you get in the water? Do you drink the water? Which one would you rate?
So are you trying to say you're trying to get your sports in now because you may
I'm
not
getting
be
it all
able to
in,
get
man.
in?
Once June is over, you have baseball. And here's the thing. I like baseball.
It's been very, very good to you.
Do you want to see no hitters or do you want to see home runs? Same thing, man. Good baseball now.
Well, okay, so sports is a big deal right now. Remember, you'll get your friends back in a minute, and there's other stuff. And like we said, for us, it's the boring summer of baseball. Phil's not as much into that. But so what? We need to acknowledge the truly important things. And the first thing is that we need to acknowledge and say Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. So many people, I know Give it up. And for those of us who don't have our mothers, again, the times we get to have those moments, those thoughts, to remind us of the times past. And again, we celebrate them. So again, happy Mother's Day, everybody, for those people.
Oh, all day.
All day. Last week, you guys, for those of you who didn't get a chance to tune in, you can still do it because we know it plays all week. The Quiet Storm was something else last Friday. Got to give it up to Jose Venegas, who came by and made such a special evening of it Friday night as we did a early Happy Mother's Day celebration for our own Miko Williams. And it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
And you can go watch it. Here's a picture right there to let you see. There's Jose, there's Miko, me, and Smitty. Of course, I said, where is Vic? Well, I guess he is taking the pic. So, yes, where is Vic?
Hey, somebody got to do it right.
Yeah, somebody. So we got to give it up for that. And now, the big announcement is that this coming Wednesday, you guys, special show, 8 p.m., Wednesday night, May 11th, going to have the second edition of the Oracles. That's Victor's new creative, innovative series on folks who are actually laying the groundwork for us to come behind them, telling us about what they went through, their experiences, their insights. We call them the Oracles, the people who provide that leadership for us. And this week on Wednesday night, we have Reginald T. Dorsey who returns, and he brings this time with him Glenn Turman, you guys. You know Glenn.
Yep.
I've been affected by that brother since Cooley High. Glenn Turman, going to get a chance to rap with him. Also, Leonard Thomas. So we're going to have Leonard Thomas, Glenn Turman, and Reginald Dorsey all here Wednesday night, you guys. All here Wednesday night as we have our second edition of the Oracles. Vic, tell us a little bit about your thinking on this one, Vic.
Right there with Reggie, the first thing is that I thought he was what they call the launching of this, because looking at his body of work and what he has done, I thought of it as the same way you would be thinking of it as, here's somebody that we're going to celebrate their body of work who may not get the same return value as what they call the A-list stars. We know what that means. But there's another A-list group, and I call it those who have gone through the grind. So my whole point was to sit back and transfer what I call knowledge, expertise, and experience to those who are coming up in the game. I don't know anything about the Hollywood machine as it relates to actors, writers, and producers, so it's not my place to even comment as to what I believe is the best way to go. So why not bring people in here who actually can say, I am an oracle walking. I do not have to wait for years and decades. I can share experiences that may be a value stream. And to me, it's like art. You remove that from the public school system, or those options not available as much, you realize over a period of time the vacuum that exists. So to me, I was going, how come I don't see more of this? Whether it's like the actor's studio or not, it's really the transference of empowerment, and it helps me learn more about another industry. So I believe that when you're tapping into somebody who's a mentor, an icon, and this is a diversified program. This is not just black. It's minority, it's young, it's music, whatever angle that you feel. And people are going to be submitting, which they have. Is this person an oracle? I said, look, all you have to say is they're an oracle. And just show us the body of work, and then we go from there. So this is our second run on this, and we're going to see how often it happens, and does it set a precedent for those to follow. And I hope it's going to be usually successful. To me, it's already, because I'm connecting with them and finding out more about them just presenting the show.
Well, be there Wednesday night, everybody. This Wednesday, May 11th, 8 p.m. for the Oracles. Again, Reginald T. Dorsey, be there. Glenn Turman and Leonard Thomas will be there too. So be there Wednesday night, you guys. It's going to be interesting. You got to acknowledge the folks that are all tuning in, by the way, Vic, as I'm having a few little connection issues myself here. But we've got the chat room, always our wonderful, wonderful chat room, Matt McAllister, G&M Butriff, who does the Retro Jazz and Blues pre-show.
Right.
Max there, along with PMC Philip Cuthbert, our own, the Philip Cuthbert beatmaker. So they're there in the chat room. And also, we've got the folks that are in from Facebook,
Right.
and also Meerkat.
Cool.
So having a good time there.
There you go.
What can I
All
say?
day.
We're going to have some news today. We're going to have some sports. We're going to have some hot picks. And I'm trying to get this thing. Vic, what do you got planned with the sports and the...
Well, how can I say this, man? I want to say it where it's right. I want to talk sports, but I don't want to talk obvious, which means I'm going to talk sports. Okay, number one. Okay, look like there's a new wrath in the NBA playoffs, and it's called undefeated. And if you look at Cleveland, they're going quietly. When the Warriors or Spurs or what have you were doing what they do in the playoffs, here's Cleveland, undefeated. There's a good chance they can go all the way to the finals, undefeated. So let's just quietly.
There's a chance that
and we're going to find out.
chickens can fly.
But we're going to find out. We're going to find out, man. If who's the difference maker on that? Two, best NBA commercial of the year up to this point. We'll talk about who is up for that category. And
you know my favorite.
Well, don't say anything because I
Okay.
want to be able to make sure that I bring them up
Okay.
because I'm only bringing up by twos.
Okay.
Also, fantasy is in the air. We're going to talk Mayweather because to keep your name out there, you'll challenge the UFC. And I always say it's easy to challenge somebody who just got knocked out, but we're going to leave that alone. Hot picks. This is going to be something more for the ladies. We're going to do bad versus bad. The baddest attire. What would you wear under certain conditions or specific conditions when the women demand you make a choice? Prince versus Michael Jackson. Who has the baddest attire? Who's the bad of the bad? And we're going to take them in twos. They're going to be two.
Prince versus
Michael Jackson. Yes. All right. I'm just letting. This is for the ladies. We show our wisdom, man. Show the wisdom.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, every week I get to do a slideshow animation. This week was no different. Again, I told you last Friday we had a wonderful show with Jose Venegas. Take a look at the slideshow that was done from last week, and then we'll return for some news.
Been a long, long time since I spoke
in that peace. And you are the only reason.
And I know I found the pieces when you speak.
Yes. And you are captivating. And you are answer to my dream. You are all around me. And I know I found the pieces when you That's right, slideshow animation. Our own in-studio Mother's Day celebration for Miko Williams. Thank you, Jose Venegas, super fan. Thank you, Jose. Warm spirit. Thank you, my brother.
Big ups to him, boy.
Feel the love. And I hope you can feel us caring for you. All right, there you go. Slideshow animation. That's right. Slideshow animation. Latest photos. Remember, you can go get those photos right now. We know Miko has a bunch of folks who are interested in her photos, so you can go get those photos by going up there to the site. We upload them every week, and you can get those and become and be a part of that. Have it for your own use. Wow. Okay. Now let me see. I got to pull my visual aids out here. Something about the visual aids. Some people have already acknowledged, by the way, some of the new changes up here at Pack Stereo. There's some changes. Well, what are the changes? Well, we got some new old equipment. You know, we bought some cameras, used, but we talked about it because we think they're best buys for you guys too if you're doing anything like this. For around $350 or so. We got some really good quality cameras.
Yeah.
About $350 a piece. So we got a couple. Actually, there's more than we added 3 new cameras, all of which were used.
Right.
But wonderful cameras. So you may have noticed some of the shots changing. And we also added another video switcher. So now my brother over there, Victor Allen, actually is working 4 video switchers.
Trying, man.
Who the hell does that? I designed this ship. It consists of 4 switchers. That gives him a bunch of out. There you go. You can see how he does it right there. Take a look. See those? He's got the fingers, nimble fingers, and they're quite nimble. Yes, some of his old girlfriends about the nimble fingers.
That's cold, man.
But he does that 4 switchers live on the air to give you all these camera shots while we're live. While we're live on air. He and I'm working like 5 computers over here. He's working 4 switchers. And that's the way we bring you Pack Stereo TV. So I had to acknowledge that. Thanks to those of you who noticed that things were looking better. Whatever that means.
Well, dude, I know what that means. You know what? You know what that means.
What does that mean?
Somebody says, I was going to tell you that, yesterday at the party that your zipper was down, but I'm glad somebody noticed.
They were too impressed.
That could be it, man.
I tried to tell you, but I was enjoying it too much.
All I'm saying, man, when are your friends your friends? When they tell you right off point, or just say, I'll let somebody else tell you?
Well, I guess that's the key.